Hello everybody, Arkanova here, getting back to more Let's Play Trails from Zero. Last we left off, we just did a bunch of side quests, and now we're actually gonna go forth with the main story. Alright. Ah yes, we gotta go to the main now. The IBC building, eh? This thing never fails to impress me. Yeah, it's enormous. I guess that's at least 10 stories high. I believe it's about 16 stories, which is at least 10. I've also heard companies unaffiliated with the IBC rent office space between the 5th and 10th floors. Oh, really? That's news to me. Indeed. They are a significant source of Crossdale's tax revenue. So, what's the plan? We didn't show up without an appointment after all. Why don't we try speaking with the receptionist? She may be able to help us. Oh, Ellie! Ernest? Nice meeting you here. I see you're with your colleagues, so I can assume you're here for work? Yes, we are. There's something we'd like to look into. Are you here to see Uncle Dieter, Ernest? Ah, yes. I went for a consultation regarding how to manage the office's operational funds. As you know, work will become much busier next month, so I'm trying to get a head start. I see, that makes sense. Oh, by the way, Ellie, have you given my offer some thought? Yes, I have. I apologize, but I'm not ready to resign from the force just yet. I still haven't truly accomplished my goal, and as long as that continues to be the case, I'm only half the woman I could be. As a matter of fact, I'm positive I'd only be a burdened grandfather with the way I am now. Could you answer this, at least? Is the road you've taken the only way for you to achieve your goal? What if it's an illusion? All your efforts would go to waste. I don't deny the possibility. However, the knowledge I've gained these last 2 months has broadened my horizons more than I could have ever hoped. I feel myself growing as a person with each new obstacle we overcome. Had I followed your advice and immediately became one of Grandfather's secretaries, I would have missed out on all these valuable experiences. I'll have to apologize to you once more. I'm going to continue to work with the Triple S as hard as I can until I've reached my full potential. Well, at least you're not as uncertain as you were before. Is that so? Very well then, I won't press you any further. How unfortunate, just when I thought I'd gained a capable aide. You've defied my expectations, Ellie. Ernest, I have one small request of you, though. I would like you to attend the Anniversary Festival's opening ceremony next month. As much as I'd love for your mother to come, we know that won't be happening. Your grandfather may be lonely. None of his family members attend. Understood. I'll make sure to be there. Well, Ernest, thank you for everything you've done. Well, I was your teacher at one point, remember? This is trivial compared to that. Oh, would you look at the time? I didn't mean to take you all the way from your duties. If you'll excuse me, everyone. Also, I'll be leaving Ellie in your care. Right. I get the impression you're on his mind a lot, Ellie. Also, what was that about Ernest being your teacher? Oh, he was my tutor when I was a child. Sadly, we haven't talked much since I returned from my studies abroad. I assume he wishes to become a member of the Diet, yes? Correct. I think he plans to announce his candidacy for next year's Diet election. It'll be difficult for him to win, though. I don't think he plans on joining either the Imperial or Republican factions. So he's an aspiring politician, eh? Though I gotta say, he's pretty built for a secretary. He practiced some kind of martial arts. He's an experienced fencer, if I recall correctly. I actually heard that he also serves his grandfather's bodyguard because of his skills. Oh, I see. That'd explain why he's in shape. Well, who do we have here? It feels like it's been forever since the last one. The news about last month's incidents with these monsters left me speechless. Don't you worry, my friends. I know you've been busting your humps. Grace, please. Now that you mention it, you didn't write that article, did you, Grace? Correct. Alas, I was away from Crossbow covering a different event that needed the Grace touch. To be honest, I was hoping to be the Triple S's sole reporter. I like writing articles about you guys. Our hypothesis was accurate then. Well, getting dunked on all the time by your articles can wear you down, you know? Jeez, it's like you can't understand the immense love I harbor for the Triple S. It's like Mama Bird watching her chicks grow up. Well, putting that aside for just a sec, you do have business here, right? Do I detect hints of another sensational investigation blossoming? No, not at all. It's just your imagination. We're here to ask a few questions, that's all. Well, if you say so. I'm actually pretty busy myself, so I'll leave you guys alone for now. I'll catch up with my besties later. I don't like her. She's no Nile. That foxy lady is always strutting at her own pace. I have to say, she can be suffocating at times. Do you think she's as busy as she claims to be? I would assume so. She has a lot of ground to cover with the anniversary festival on the horizon. It'd be nice if she'd refrain from writing another article on us. Well, whatever. I think we've wasted enough time here already. Let's go see if we can get ourselves an appointment with the CEO. Okay. Alright, let's go zoom with the lads. Lad zoom. Hello, welcome to the International Bank of Crossbell. It's good to see you again, Miss McDowell. I see you've brought your Triple S companions, too. Thank you for helping us test our new service. It couldn't have reached its current popularity without your efforts. Really? That's good to hear. I'm glad we were able to assist you. Likewise, we'll be sure to rely on you again when the time comes. Anyway, how may I help you today? Well, actually, there's something I'd like to ask you, Lante. Is Mr. Croy in today? Oh, you're not here to see Miss Croy? Indeed, I must apologize for a lack of an appointment, however. But even so, I'd still like to meet with him, or is he absent? Actually, he's in his office right now. Will your companions be joining you for the meeting? They will be. We'd like to ask you a few questions regarding a certain incident. Oh, really? Understood. Please wait while I notify him of your arrival. Leave it up to Elle to crash the CEO's party like it's nothing. Seriously, it's like she's from a totally different world. Yes, okay. Understood. I'll send them in. Mr. Croy will meet with you now, Miss McDowell. I'll issue you a key card to the elevator. His office is on the top floor. Excellent. Thank you, Lefay. Shall we board the elevator then? Sounds like a plan. I have to say, you really pulled through back there, Ellie. Well, let's head up and have a nice little chat with Mr. CEO himself. The CEO's office is on the top floor, right? What's the purpose of this card we were given, though? That's just an ID card. Because of all the different businesses that operate out of this building, the IBC issues cards to access the appropriate floor. So it's basically a beefed up security system then. I kind of feel like they're using all the latest gadgets just because they can. Well, the IBC once led the Crossbell City portion of the Orwell Network project. The scope of the project grew to its current size once the Crossbell government joined. I have heard speculation the IBC provides approximately 60% of the funding. I've heard the same as well. I believe the government provides 30% while the Epstein Foundation provides the final 10%. Incredible. I didn't know they were shouldering more than half the cost. So you're telling me Crossbell's most generous man's waiting for us up top, eh? Yes, now give me the card, please. I'll take us where we need to go. I only inserted the ID card into the slot. Wow. This view is amazing. Phew, but this place cost me a mountain of Mira. I have visited the Epstein Foundation's office in this building, but it hardly compares. The view from this floor is exceptional. I absolutely agree. The CEO's office is at the end of the hallway. I think it'd be rude of us to keep him waiting after he agreed to meet us on such short notice. Good call. Uncle Dieter, it's Ellie. Oh, come in, come in. Thank you, sir. Ugh. Ellie, it's been far too long. Far too long, I say. Close to half a year, if I remember correctly. That sounds about right, but more importantly, I'm glad to see you're doing well, Uncle Dieter. My apologies for not having scheduled a proper appointment with you. Oh, Ellie, don't talk as though we're strangers. Please, relax. You're my little girl's best friend, and the daughter of my own good friend as well. Surely you haven't forgotten. You are nothing short of family at this point. Thank you, Uncle Truly. Think nothing of it. Now, I've heard from my dear beloved daughter that you've joined the CPD. Will these be your fellow officers then? They are indeed. We're all part of the Special Support Section. Nice to meet you, sir. My name is Lloyd Bannings. And I'm Randy Orlando. Tio Plato, how do you do? It's nice to finally meet the three of you. I read all about you in the Crossbell Times. I am Dieter Croy, CEO of the International Bank of Crossbell. Lloyd, Randy, and Tio, you said? We're all friends here, so I'd appreciate it if you were at ease around me. Okay. Where's Teeth gleaming just now? Yeah, he's that good. This old dude's a breath of fresh air, eh? Anyway, shall we get down to business? I believe you're here to ask me a few questions. May I ask what they concern? Right, the thing is, we're trying to uncover the truth behind our current investigation, and as of now, I think I understand your predicament. This yin fellow sent an orb mail from the IBC to your office, did he? Correct. We suspect it was sent from the IBC's main terminal. There's a strong possibility Yin took control of the terminal in order to do just that. I see. To be perfectly honest, I have the utmost confidence in our building's security, even more so when it comes to the floor with the main terminal is on. Only a few authorized individuals can access it as is. Furthermore, you must have the proper authentication to operate the terminal. I know this may be rude of me to ask, but have any employees with the proper clearance been acting suspiciously recently? Perhaps a recent hire or somebody who's been acting out of the ordinary? Not that I can think of. To be frank, there isn't a single employee I don't trust. But that brings me to another thought, Lloyd. Have you not explored any other avenues? Others? Like what? Let's see. Okay, for example, what if I was pretending to be this Yin character and I sent you the message? What? You're joking, right? You must be. That can't be true. Calm down, everyone. It was purely hypothetical, of course. Could you imagine the headlines if I had revealed that I was, in fact, a legendary assassin? This goes without saying, but the reality is hardly ever that outlandish. Right, of course. Uncle, I would appreciate it if you didn't scare us like that, even hypothetically. Quite the practical joker, is he not? I apologize, that was crude of me. However, I would give things a second glance. If one of my employees was truly responsible for sending you the orb mail, would I not essentially be implicated in that crime? I suppose so. That is certainly one way to look at it. So you're telling us not to consider any IBC workers as a suspect? Hey, Tio. That transmission between the IBC and the Triple S terminals, would it be possible to match the location it was sent from? An interesting question. It is possible that the IBC's main terminal was hacked from an external source. Hacked? The hell does that mean? I don't fully understand it myself, but I believe it's a technique used for the unauthorized operation of a terminal, primarily by breaching one's security system. That would be the core of it, yes. Any terminal connected to the Orbital network can theoretically be accessed by another terminal. You would indeed be unbelievably talented and familiar with the technology, of course. People capable of accessing terminals through such means are known as hackers. The Orbital network is still in its testing phase, so there are a limited number of places that can access terminals. But despite these limitations, we have already begun to encounter security issues. Interesting. So you're telling me, not only is this Yin guy some crazy assassin, but he's also an Orbital whiz? I don't think we should jump to conclusions. Though, we should consider the possibility that the orb mail was sent from elsewhere. Well, I truly hope the situation is resolved without having to doubt my loyal employees. More importantly, it poses a serious problem if the main terminal has been hacked. I have an idea. Would you like to enter the terminal room and investigate it for yourselves? Seriously? Are you sure that's okay? Of course, you may be able to find evidence of hacking if you examine the terminal itself. I'll have the staff down there assist you in case you have any questions. That would be incredibly helpful, sir. Thank you, Uncle. We really appreciate it. My pleasure. This is an issue that I, too, should find an answer to, no? And I must say, Ellie, I get the impression you've been living quite the fulfilling life these days, or am I mistaken? Oh, I don't. Now, I had my reservations when I first heard you decide to join the CPD. However, I now understand just how valuable your expectations or your experiences have been for you. Please, allow me to aid you in any way I can. Uncle Dieter, it's reassuring to hear that from you. I'm glad. Oh, one more thing. I see great potential in the four of you, now that we've spoken face to face. Really? Why is that? I'm sure you realize this already, but Crosswell is plagued with a rather unique set of problems. And I'm sure Ellie is painfully aware of this as well. I believe that the most significant problem we face as a society is that justice has lost all substance, has become a shadow of its former self. What do you mean, sir? How is that possible? Could you elaborate, please? The idea, the very concept of justice has become nothing more than an empty vessel, lip service, if you will. Every individual has their own perspective, of course. That may be why some feel the need to loudly proclaim it's dead. Justice has and never will exist in this state. However, no matter what people say, humans have ever been in the pursuit of justice. That is what drives us forward, gives us the will to move on. Justice. Is that really so important? Oh yes, justice is the foundation of a trustworthy society. If criminals were not bound by that justice we call law, the masses would simply isolate themselves in the safety of their own homes, never to venture out into what they see as a dangerous world. Would you not agree? And if that were the case, any hope of a functioning society would disappear. Don't view me as a pessimist, though. While justice has, in fact, become something of a blurred ideal in Crossbell, true justice may yet be within our grasp. How so? I'm not sure I follow you entirely. Political corruption, the criminal underworld, even if the police cannot tame them, the economic prosperity we currently experience allows our citizens to live their lives in relative comfort. Petty crime is at an all-time low because of it, but an unseen evil still spreads across our land. However, despite the dire situation, people still seek justice. From the very core of their being, they desire it once more. Because no matter what shape or form justice takes, people will always pursue the security that is a trustworthy society. And that is precisely why Crossbell's braces experience the popularity they do. That would make sense. But the safety of civilians above all else. They certainly do seem to be allies of justice. Ain't that the truth? Kinda had a gut feeling Crossbellans worship the guild way more than any other country does. I wholeheartedly agree. It's clear to see. Though, as I'm certain you're aware, the extent to which braces can exercise justice is severely limited. That has been and continues to be their fatal flaw. It's simply impossible for them to resolve the injustice of the city. And that is why I expect great things from you. You may be the cure to the plague Crossbell struggles against. What? So, are you telling us to start taking down all the bad guys? That's a large order, Dieter. Trust me, I have no intention of having you tackle such a childish, naive mission. You all, in your own ways, seem to be desperately pursuing justice, and it's important that you show it in ways your average Crossbellan can comprehend. That way, they can see that justice is not out of reach. I see. Justice still lives on in Crossbell. You want us to give people a reason to believe that. Sharp, you certainly are your father's daughter, Ellie. And for that reason, every article that the Crossbell Times publishes on the Special Sports section is vital to your success. People notice and remember. You may still be young and inexperienced officers who make mistakes from time to time, but I believe everyone will notice your earnest pursuit of justice. There will be a fair amount of naysayers. However, I don't believe the majority of our citizenry has a negative perception of you. In fact, I think they've begun to place their hopes in you, even if they may not show it quite yet. Look at me delivering a passionate speech in the heat of the moment. Let's return to the issue at hand, shall we? I believe I was about to give you permission to go and inspect the terminal room, yes? Yes, sir, that's right. As long as you're still willing, of course. Where should we go to gain access? Let me see. I would gladly escort you, but unfortunately I have many matters to attend to once our discussion has concluded. Our apologies. We didn't mean to overstay our welcome. Hey, no mind, Ellie. I enjoyed our brief chat. Shall I have one of my employees take you? That won't be necessary. Who is she? Belle! Ah, so you've returned. Oh, I like Belle. Her hair is great. Yes, Father, I just arrived moments ago. It's been too long, Ellie. Cut it out, Belle. How long has it been? 2 months? 3? Have you gotten thinner, Ellie? Have you been eating right? We can always fix that, no problem. I also sense your arms and legs have shaped up nicely, too. Very impressive. It's only natural that I build some muscle given our daily routines. I may have actually gained a few pounds, believe it or not. Oh, is that right? Now that you mention it, I can feel your muscles have become a bit more flexible. I must say, this sensation is absolutely marvelous. It really is something to behold. Please stop. She's old, isn't she? Thank you, Adios. I will treasure this moment for the rest of my life. I get the impression our relationship transcends your ordinary friendship. Has this heartfelt reunion carried on long enough, Maria Belle? Or would you rather our guests continue to stare? Stare? Oh dear, suck away all the fun, Father. Everyone, allow me to introduce my friend. This is Maria Belle Croy, Uncle Dieter's daughter and my best friend. These are my colleagues, Belle, Lloyd, Randy, and Tio. Enough with the introductions, dear. I'd much rather inspect them myself. Huh? I see. Oh. What? Can I help you? You pass, dear. You're as cute as a button. and both of you fail miserably. What? Why? The hell? I'm cute as a button too. Cuter. The thought of you mangy mutts being by my dear Ellie's side day in, day out is revolting. The goddess herself must be crying. No, sobbing at this tragedy. Absolutely unacceptable. Did you just call us mutts? Calm down, Belle. And what's with your outfits? They are far too casual for someone of Ellie's pedigree. You could at least have the decency to wear an appropriate suit or something of the like. These clothes make traveling easier. Like when we're having to hike in the mountains or if we trek through difficult terrain. Quiet, I didn't ask for any excuses, did I? You see, Ellie, this is exactly why I didn't want you to work for the CPD. Why couldn't you have worked for me instead? It would have been much more worthwhile to use your time and talent. That's enough, Belle. Haha, what a vivacious group of youngsters you are. You're all around the same age, so you should focus on becoming friendlier. Go out and do something fun together sometime. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time for me to stop putting off my next appointment. Could you show our guests to the terminal room later, Belle? The terminal room? Why would I do that? You can ask them for the finer details. Farewell, everyone. It was a pleasure. Sir! A tactical retreat, if I've ever seen one. Ugh, that oath. And then, could you please lead us to... I wasn't finished talking down to you yet. You there, with the fiery red hair and the gaudy outfit. Do you honestly think that is acceptable? A built physique like yours demands to be shown off in a suit, like a real man. Who, me? Sorry to disappoint you, but that ain't gonna happen. I'm a bona fide Casanova. I don't need no suits. Don't get me wrong, though. I would never try to seduce Ellie. Or Elle. Especially during a romantic moonlit night. You know, like my main man, Lloyd, right here. Excuse me? Randy, why? Would you please stop retelling the story in an intentionally misleading way? I fail to see what exactly he said was misleading. Besides, your mood has improved dramatically since last night's fateful rendezvous under the stars. T.O., please! Oh, come on, you're making it worse on purpose. T.O., don't say you aren't. Lloyd, wasn't it? Care to elaborate on my friend's little story, because there's something I'd like to know. What vile, lecherous things have you done to my sweet, innocent Ellie? I haven't done anything to her. Why would I? Elliot, would you please back me up here? I think I understand the situation now. Shall I show you to the terminal room, then? That would be lovely, Belle, if it's not too much trouble. Of course not. I'd do anything for you, Ellie. So, have we cleared up that misunderstanding? Well, it's not like it matters anymore. I was just worried about what kind of unsavory group the special sports section was. In the end, you'll have to prove that you're worthy of being called Ellie's colleagues. How was I the only one under fire? Dude, I could have sworn she was about to choke slam you back there. I offer you my sympathies, Lloyd. I think you've had enough fun, Belle. Could you show us to the terminal room now? Of course. Follow me. The terminal room is down on floor B5. Shall we board the elevator then? She's a real piece of work. I promise she's not a bad person. It's just... I sometimes can't be sure if she's being overbearing or overly enthusiastic, or both. And no biggie, she and her old man sure make a hell of a team, don't they? That is unsurprising for the two heads of the famous International Bank of Crossbell. Elevator. Bellevator. Yin, was it? What exactly is his objective? We haven't been able to come to a conclusion yet, unfortunately. Got any takes for us, Lloyd? I'm sure you've probably figured out a thing or two already. Actually, yes. Hear me out on this. What if I told you the threat letter and the orb mail were written by two different people? What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure I follow. It's actually pretty simple. Cease production of your new show, or your beloved Blazing Dance will have a tragic accident again. The threat letter's phrasing is odd, but straightforward. Meanwhile, if you'll recall the orb mail, I, Yin, hereby submit my support request. Overcome this trial and face me. Only then will I grant you your mission. The orb mail is written with an old-fashioned diction. Don't you think they read way differently? I see your point. Damn, I feel kind of stupid. I'm surprised we didn't see right through it when we first received the orb mail. And what do you make of all this? A few possibilities come to mind already. For example, what if Yin doesn't operate alone? Their accomplice could have sent us the orb mail. Another possibility is that Yin intentionally wrote them differently to throw us off. I could list off an endless number of possibilities, and quite frankly, it wouldn't be smart of us to continue investigating based off of assumptions. I see. I'm curious. Come again? Oh, you'll see. Welcome to B5. This floor houses the IBC's main terminal. The terminal room was right down the stairs. You followed all the stops securing this place, didn't you? Of course, we're considering storing all of the clientele's data here eventually. Since we lack any safeguards against hackers, we have to play it by ear in the meantime. That makes sense. We could have a national scandal on our hands if client data were to leak out, right? That's correct, Kyo, and for that reason, we're still in the development stages. Wow! Man, I'm freaking blown away. Is this what the future looks like? All I can say is, the IBC's going balls to the wall with the state-of-the-art tech, eh? This is the latest cutting-edge information processing system developed by the Epstein Foundation. I believe the borough's high-speed cruiser also utilizes a similar system. Ah, you must be referring to the famous Arcel. The systems they use are essentially the same, but there's one major difference. We've increased the processing power several-fold to handle the vast network of information. Incredible. Miss Croy? I hope you've had a good morning. Thank you. I hope the same for you. I trust the project is proceeding smoothly. Of course, all thanks to your continued support. Our recent simulations are proving to be extremely successful. Sorry, who exactly are these guys? They're with the Crossville Police Department. Oh, by the way, there's a possibility that our main terminal has been hacked into by an external source. What? Hacked? Gio, mind explaining the situation to them? Yes, allow me. Theo adeptly explained the situation using complex terminology to the researchers. Somebody hacked into the network? I can't deny the possibility it exists, but I'm in total disbelief that it actually happened. No, this should be impossible. I refuse to accept that somebody out there could hack into our system this easily. If you're this adamant, then we'll have to assume that one of you two sent the mail. So which one of you two is Yin? Cough it up. Hold on a second, that's crazy. We must have been hacked because the two of us are completely worthless. He's being pretty hard on himself. Ryuba reminds me of a queen, kind of like Ilya, granted a more dominant one, but still. The Special Support Section's terminal received the orb mail around 3 a.m. Be a doll and look through the logs around that time period. Okay? Yes, ma'am. We'll look through them right away. Here they are. The orb mail's encryption algorithm was cracked right under our noses. It's as we thought. Pretty solid evidence our hackers coming from outside the IBC, don't you think? Hold on, I'll trace this point of access. Okay, the point of access is no good. I lost it. So we still have no idea where the hacker managed to enter the system from? Yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. He managed to erase any trace of tampering with the system. The most I can confirm with complete confidence is that he used the terminal somewhere in the city. Oh, he's good. Really good. May I use the terminal for a moment? I don't think I can let you. But go ahead, sweetheart. You're Tio, right? You can tinker with our system as much as you'd like, okay? Thank you. I will begin then.
Access Aeon System 起動
What? Tio? Is she? Attempting real-time control by multi-dimensional analysis? Yes. Analyzing all terminal logs, examining all suspicious logins leaving traces of concealment. She's amazing. What is this insane processing speed? Please support me, you two. Accessing all Crossville terminals with administrative privileges. I am transferring any suspicious logins to you, so please examine them for me. Alright. Leave it to us. Ellie, are you following any of this? No, not the slightest. Man, I'm just as lost as you two. Do I look like a tech-savvy type? Oh, so that's the case. He was a normal staff user. While that impressive piece of technology allows for instantaneous use of magic, it also functions as a conduit for augmented control of terminals. You understand what's going on? Well, Bell studied orbital engineering at the Epstein Foundation, so it's no surprise he's a bit familiar. You can say I know a thing or two about orbital technology. It looks like they're just about finished. Oh, sweet. How's everything on your end? All of my stuff looks clean. How about you, Clay? Bingo, I got it! Control Terminal 8 in the Geofront's B sector. We detected an unauthorized login from there. The Geofront. So, our little rat snuck in underground in that area right near Station Street, eh? You are mistaken. That location leads to Geofront's A sector. The terminal accessed by the hacker was in Geofront's B sector. It looks like it's somewhere underneath the northwestern part of the city. The northwestern part of Crossville City. That should be the residential street and entertainment district. What's the plan, Lloyd? I say we head there immediately. City Hall should be responsible for all Geofront access, if I remember correctly. That's summer asking the receptionist if we can borrow a key from that sector. Sounds like a swell plan to me. Inching towards the truth in this case, are we? Yeah, I'd say so. We couldn't have done it without your cooperation, Mariabelle. Thank you, Belle. You too as well. Don't mention it. Forget us. This lady is the real champion. You don't say. Great work, Tio. I can't pretend to have any idea what you did, but you definitely helped us. Good job, Tio. Come on, guys. What were you expecting? Tio Tot's nothing short of perfection. I don't believe I did anything extraordinary. Besides, I'm a member of the Special Sports Section too. It's the least I can do. That was no small feat, ma'am. I have a proposition for you, Tio. How would you and Ellie like to come work for me? Come on, Belle, cut it out. You scouting our members out? I'd much rather our team stick together. Oh, settle down. I was just kidding. Fill me in on the details once you've managed to solve the case. Oh, and another thing. I'll just leave that key card in your hands for the time being. It will give you access to the top floor as well as this one. Make use of it as you'd like. Thank you, Belle. Thanks again. Now if you'll excuse us. Alright, go up 5 floors. I'm glad I finally have a lead, but wow, I'm exhausted. No kidding. Can't imagine that confrontation helped much either. I wonder whose fault that was exactly. I have to say, it is rare to see someone not specialized in orbital technology reach her level of proficiency. Mariabelle isn't an engineer, is she? She certainly has experience from her studies, but no, she specializes in business management. Oh yeah. As her father's right-hand person, I've heard she is tasked with managing several of his projects. Wow, that's incredible. So, is this what she wanted to hire you for, Ellie? Yes, I do appreciate her offer, though. But hey, anybody else think that old dude was super passionate? Because the first time I've ever heard a speech like that intense. I must say, it was quite interesting. I never knew the goal of humans was to seek justice. He's been teaching me various life lessons through stories ever since I was little, but today's is making me especially think about various circumstances more carefully. Yeah, same here. Anyway, we've got a good lead to go off of. Let's go get the geoframe key from the City Hall receptionist. Lead the way. All you, man. Justice. Alright, we're actually going to call it here. It's going to be a bit of a shorter episode from what I usually post, but yeah. Till next time, everybody, this has been Ark Nova playing Trails from Zero. Stay cool.